order to save the body. He's willing to even sacrifice the titles of his children in order to clean the Windsor house, because enough is enough. And Harry and Meghan know it, and they're absolutely panicking because there's nothing they can do.
Stripping Harry of his title, and perhaps down the track, Charlotte and Louis's children not having titles.
Last fortnight seized control of the British monarchy from a weak and dying King Charles, and that spells very bad news for Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Archie and Lily.
They say the crown never forgets, and wow, right now, it's remembering everything. Every dig, every snide remark, every Netflix jab that Harry and Meghan ever made. This isn't just another royal tiff, this is payback with pearls and protocol. The firm's icy smile has turned into a weapon. Every from polite curtsy now feels like a countdown. There's panic in the clouds tonight. Somewhere above the Atlantic, the once rebellious prince, the one who swore he'd never bow again, is on a plane, hurtling straight toward the very crown he tried to escape. You can practically picture it, Harry pacing.
Isn't it something? Harry and Meghan panicking over Prince William's latest.
Up and down the aisle, checking his phone every few seconds, hoping for a message that won't come. He's not flying home out of love. He's flying home to save what's left of his royal identity. Witnesses say he boarded that private jet in full meltdown mode, red-eyed, jaw-clenched, snapping at aides who couldn't fix what's finally shattered, his place within the monarchy. The Duke of Sussex title, the thing that gave him power, prestige, a sense of purpose, now hangs by a thread.
Well, there was once upon a time when we thought no royal would be able to be stripped of their title, and look what's happened over the last couple of weeks, and you're right, will this impact Harry and Meghan?
And that thread? It's held tightly by his brother, the man he once called trapped. For years, Harry thought he'd beaten the system. He believed he'd cracked the royal code, walked away, spoke his truth, built a Netflix empire, and became the free prince.
Are they going to learn a new trade? What are they going to do? Meghan can't go back to yachting. She's too old.
But what he never saw coming was that the monarchy doesn't crumble when you leave. It simply regenerates like a centuries-old beast reborn. And while Harry was podcasting about trauma and therapy, the palace was quietly healing without him. William.
They have no skills, no talent. They're not interesting. What are they going to do? And William doesn't want them back. Nobody wants them.
Yes, the very brother Harry, once mocked as robotic, has evolved into the ultimate royal weapon. Calm, calculating, commanding. He doesn't need to shout. He doesn't need to post. Every move he makes feels like strategies straight out of a war manual. He's become the monarch in waiting, and the world's finally realizing that kings aren't born royal, they act royal. The irony? Delicious. While Harry turned his life into a global soap opera, William mastered the ancient royal art of silence.
People wrote to Parliament about Harry and Meghan and asked them to remove the Duke title.
Every time Harry cried to Oprah, every dramatic photo op in Montecito, every healing documentary, it all became William's PR campaign, executed without a single word. Now the tables have turned, and oh, how the mighty have fallen. And palace insiders are whispering that Harry isn't even referred to as royal anymore. He's a former asset. And in the world of Buckingham Palace,
Parliament has nothing to do with royal titles, styles, honors, and dignity.
That's the equivalent of being erased. His seat at family events, gone. Security privileges, slashed. His say in family matters, muted. The Sussex chapter isn't under review, it's being deleted. The new palace strategy is ruthless, sleek, corporate, and emotionless. King Charles might wear the crown, but make no mistake, it's William steering the ship. The monarchy has rebranded. It's polished, disciplined, and heartless by design.
Putting out this disgusting article saying that the royal family, that she's still haunted by royal family's insistence.
Harry's emotional chaos, it simply doesn't fit the new image. And here's the plot twist. The palace didn't even have to destroy Harry. He did that all on his own. Every truth bomb, every public overshare, every self-pitying monologue just proved to the establishment and to the public that maybe the rebellious prince isn't as stable as he wants the cans. World to believe. Now, the brother Harry, once accused of cruelty, is sitting in serene victory. There is no revenge speech, no headline-grabbing feud. Just William, calm, confident, and quiet, watching the crown's oldest rule play out. Silence speaks louder than scandal. And while Harry is scrambling to find a way back in, the real power shift has already happened. The monarchy has moved on, and the joke writes itself. While Harry was chasing inner peace under California's sunshine, William found something far more valuable: authority. The royal storm really started when one photo broke the internet. Prince William standing beside Prince Andrew. To the casual viewer, just another engagement. But inside the palace, catastrophe. That viral image screamed royal hypocrisy. The future king beside the man whose name became synonymous with scandal. It was a PR disaster, and it cracked William's patience wide open. The palace insiders say that moment was the breaking point. The calm air finally snapped, not in rage, but in resolve. Behind closed doors, he went silent, the kind of silence that freezes a room. Those who know him say that's when he's most dangerous. Because when William stops talking, he starts calculating. He started drawing up lists, liabilities they called them. Prince Andrew, of course. But next to his name, scribbled with the same decisive ink, was Harry. Because for William, the difference between Andrew and Harry wasn't scale it, was betrayal. Andrew stained the monarchy's past. Harry threatened its future. And so began what palace aides now whisper about as the cleansing strategy. One by one, the weak links were crossed off. The goal? To rebuild a monarchy too sleek, too clean, and too disciplined to ever be mocked again. Harry, in the meantime, was still selling his truth one documentary at a time, unaware that his family had already classified him as a liability. He thought this was about family. William saw it as business. And in royal business, dead weight gets cut even if that weight shares your DNA. Then came the survey that shook Buckingham Palace to its diamond-encrusted core. 47% of Britons said Meghan Markle was a bigger threat to the monarchy than Prince Andrew. Let that sink in. A duchess outpacing a scandal-ridden prince in unpopularity. Even palace aides were stunned. Meghan's campaign to be the misunderstood humanitarian had backfired spectacularly. For years, Meghan's charm had dazzled America, but in Britain, the spell had broken. People no longer saw a victim. They saw a brand, a woman monetizing every royal headline for personal gain. And for William, that poll wasn't gossip, it was ammunition. It gave him something no monarch ever refuses: public approval. Behind the palace gates, William's circle began building a quiet case, a legal, airtight argument that Harry and Meghan had become liabilities to the institution itself. Every interview, every Netflix deal, every podcast rant became Exhibit A in the case against the Sussexes. Inside the gilded corridors, whispers turned into strategies. The goal wasn't revenge, it was restoration. William wanted to reclaim the monarchy's image, make it untouchable again, but Meghan's latest move made that nearly impossible: her return to Instagram. She came back like a Hollywood sequel: glossy filters, candlelight selfies, cryptic captions hinting at new beginnings. But beneath the soft focus, everyone could smell it: the scent of rebranding. Rumor had it she was about to launch her own beauty line, backed by Vogue stylists and discreet dinners with luxury investors. To the world, it looked glamorous. To Buckingham Palace, it looked sacrilegious. Meghan wasn't just reinventing herself, she was commercializing royalty. The late Queen's one golden rule had been broken. You do not monetize the crown. Every serum bottle and lipstick shade stamped with Duchess-level marketing was like a slap to royal dignity. To William, it wasn't just bad optics. It was betrayal in designer packaging. The palace machine kicked into gear quietly. Mentions of the Sussexes began. They were disappearing from official documents. Website edits removed their photos. Their charity updates were rewritten in past tense. What the public saw as routine updates was actually a slow-motion execution royal ghosting at its finest. And yet, Harry didn't see it. He thought this silence was temporary, that maybe, just maybe, he could talk his way back into grace. But inside the palace, silence wasn't absence, it was punishment. Every whisper inside those marble halls now circles back to one chilling phrase, the Royal Titles Reform Act. It's the crown's newest weapon, polished, polite, devastating. Once passed, it gives the monarchy and parliament the power to strip titles from anyone deemed unfit or disloyal. Translation, a legal guillotine aimed squarely at Harry and Meghan. And here's where it gets even more strategic. William doesn't even need to dirty his hands. The plan starts with Prince Andrew, the easy target, the one the public already disowns. Once that move sails smoothly through Parliament, the precedent is set. The law becomes policy. And after Andrew, well, everyone knows whose names are next. Harry may think this is still a family issue, something and that can be solved with a phone call or a teary reunion. But what he doesn't realize is this. The monarchy isn't dealing in emotions anymore. It's dealing in legislation. The whispers in Westminster are getting louder. The Royal Titles Reform Act isn't just a rumor anymore, it's a countdown. And who's smiling behind the scenes? None other than Prince William. He doesn't need to shout or make grand statements. All he has to do is sit back, shake a few political hands, and let Parliament do the dirty work. By the time the law is signed, the monarchy will look stronger, cleaner, and more disciplined than ever. And Harry, he'll just look gone. Insiders say William's fingerprints are everywhere on this reform. Every memo, every carefully worded modernization. The palace will call it progress. But make no mistake, this is a purge in royal wrapping paper. A corporate cleansing dressed as reform. Meanwhile, across the ocean in Montecito, panic has set in. The once invincible Sussex brand is cracking. Meghan's publicist has reportedly tripled her call volume. Harry's friends say he's been on edge, reaching out to old royal contacts, desperate for reassurance. None is coming. Because here's the harsh truth. William's monarchy no longer runs on forgiveness, it runs on image control. And Harry's image to the crown is a liability. Nothing stings like being compared to Prince Andrew. For Harry, that comparison hit harder than any tabloid headline. How did he go from war hero to walking scandal, from national treasure to royal exile? But the palace doesn't care about feelings, it cares about optics. In William's world, both Andrew and Harry symbolize weakness, one by disgrace, the other by defiance. Both threaten the crown's dignity, and both have to go. That's why William's team has been ruthless about message control. Every time Harry appears on another documentary, every time Meghan launches another lifestyle project, palace aides tighten the screws. The monarchy can't preach tradition while its own family members cash in on chaos. And so there he is, crossing the Atlantic, not as a prince returning home, but as a man begging the institution he mocked to let him back in. Inside the palace, the mood is icy. King Charles, weakened by illness, has no appetite for family drama. The old king still loves his son, but love bends under duty. And William, he's not budging. He's waited his whole life to lead, and he's not letting sentiment trip him up now. When the firm goes silent, it's never by accident. It's a signal. The monarchy doesn't scream, it freezes you out. And that's exactly what's happening now. Royal aides may have deleted the Sussex profiles, scrubbed photos, rewritten archives. To outsiders, it looks like routine maintenance. To insiders, it's erasure slow, deliberate, and final. Even the press releases have changed. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are now the couple. Their Royal Highnesses quietly missing, one tiny omission at a time until nothing remains. Harry's pleas for meetings are met with polite acknowledgements and nothing else. He still believes there's time to fix things, but this isn't about fixing anymore, it's about closure. Palace sources describe William as ice in process. Motion. No rants, no rage, just precision. Each public appearance, each handshake, each photo op is measured. Every one of them whispers, the crown comes first. And when it comes first, even blood is expendable. The monarchy has gone corporate efficient, polished, ruthless. The new brand doesn't tolerate emotional chaos or reality TV energy. The days of palace pity are over. Because while Harry and Meghan built an empire out of rebellion, they forgot the oldest royal rule: you can't outshine the institution that made you. And somewhere in the stillness of a private royal office, William closes the last file, sets down his pen, and looks out at the London skyline. The silence around him isn't emptiness, it's victory.